Hey, Lisa. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Tammy. Hey, everybody. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Carolina OMA Steph, good to see you. Thank you for
Oh,
listening.
that's Oma Steph. I love it.
Yeah. I thought today's topic we would talk about medical preparedness because, coming out of my sickly happenings over here, it felt like a great fresh topic. And I have to say, I had a bunch of things, and it was nice to have all of those things. And I'll
Yeah,
talk a little bit. Ooh, fly around here. I'll talk a little bit about what I used, what worked, what didn't work for me, just to share, because I always want to hear firsthand what works for people. What do they use? What helps?
right.
Both herbal wise and over the counter wise. And I feel like when it comes to medical preparedness, we need to know what our problems are. So, kind of, I figured we'd chat a little bit about that today. Like, what are common problems that
Right.
people have? And maybe folks that join us in the chat can share a little bit about what their focus is on and, what they tend to run into.
Hey, Heather.
Hey, Heather. Good to see you. So, how are you doing, Lisa?
Doing good. Doing good. I have a non-related story if
Do it.
you'll entertain it.
Always. Always.
So we're
You know
building
us.
we're building a breeding pen for birds.
Awesome. What kind? Which birds?
I can't say right now. There's a reason.
Mm, I'm intrigued.
Let's just say game birds.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Awesome.
And there's a whole reason for that. So if you've
Hmm.
seen our channel, you'll know. But I can't get into it now, and there's a reason, and I'll text you later,
Hmm.
Tammy.
Hmm.
But anyway, real quick, you, if you've ever made a chicken run
Uh huh.
using chicken wire
Uh huh.
and hog panel or cattle panel,
Uh huh.
you know what it's like to attach those silly little pieces of wire
Uh huh.
to secure the chicken netting at the seams.
Uh huh.
It is a dreaded for me.
Yeah.
So yesterday, I said to my husband, because we've been doing this for years this way, I find out there is a thing called hog clips.
Okay.
So basically, you have a tool
Hey, Troy Sutton. Thanks for coming.
and you have an open ring like this,
Okay.
and the tool
Closes it.
clips it.
Okay. Cool.
So my husband knew about those.
Uh huh.
And I said, how long have you known about that? And you didn't tell me this idea?
That's funny.
So we finally bought one because sometimes I feel bougie and
Uh
want
huh.
easier versus tedious.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a whole lot more to it, but I wanted to keep it short.
Oh my. My husband is great about tools. And I have to say, I was working on one of my sewing machines. Oh, I got to show you something too. Hold on one second. I'm still going to be here. I'm just going to turn around and grab something real quick. Um,
Yeah, it is the best one.
I had to work on my sewing machine, and hubby comes in, and he does this to me all the time. And he comes in, he sees me, and anytime my husband sees me doing anything that he can do, chances are he can do it better. Let's just say. So he comes in and he's like immediately, like, he starts getting the lighting set up for me, and then he goes and he gets these little screwdrivers, right? And he's like, you need to, here, let me get you this, you need one other thing. The first thing that he does when he approaches a problem is look for tools. And I have to say, he does this to me all the time. I could be in the garden and he's like, where's your whatever? And I'm like, I don't know. And he goes, because here's me, I use whatever just to get it done. And he'll go and get it for me. He's such like a good tool guy. And I really, when it was my sewing machine, and I always, when the kids were younger, if they had a question about something, I'd be like, oh, I don't know. Go ask dad. He always knows everything about everything. Like,
Hey,
he don't
Troy
even have to know
Sutton.
what it is, and he's gonna figure it. Like, just the way that he thinks and problem
Yes.
solves. And this time when he did it, I was like, I was watching. I must have been looking at him weird because I was like standing back and kind of watching what he was doing. And he goes, "What? Do you want me to leave you alone with this?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, I'm just observing and realizing that once again, the first place you're going to is what tool are you using? And I feel like
Always.
that's what we always need to think about. And I don't. I'm
Right.
going to show you this. Can you see it?
Cute.
Little dudes.
Little dude. Oh, I love it.
Yes.
What's the
And
pattern again?
it just says, I got it on sale. Captain Marvel is what
Love
it's.
it.
He probably doesn't even know who Captain Marvel is, but it's gray and black. It looks good for a boy.
It's perfect.
Yeah, a
Love
little
it.
sweatshirt. And then I'm going to make him a little pair of, where's the pattern? The pattern didn't even have the instructions for the pattern in it. Very frustrating. I mean, I
Mm.
didn't need them necessarily, but still frustrating. I like to see how different patterns tell people to do stuff. So that was kind of, but anyhow, yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
And that,
Well, I just laugh because he's got every tool known to man, and it's like,
yeah, does he?
yeah. And it's just
Men
funny
and their
because
tools. Huh?
he's cheap,
Yeah.
but that's why I love him too. So it's just funny.
Yeah. 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 Love our hubbies, man. They
So
know.
yeah, it's coming because I was just yesterday. I was like, because we have to do like four widths of it over the
Uh-huh.
top,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, that's a lot of joining.
It is.
Yeah,
Thank goodness.
and then all around the bottom, and I was like, no,
Beats like snipping and
yeah. Didn't help that I was a little crabby because I got a 2x4 that fell on my head
oh
Sunday when
no.
we were
Are you
trying to screw it
okay?
in. Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh my gosh. That's
Just
dangerous.
annoying.
Yeah. I hope it wasn't like too high up when it hit you. Would have hit you
It's
with a
just
harder
it just
force.
hurts. I'm good.
Still
It
hurts? How's your neck?
good. It's just if I touch the spot, it hurts. Otherwise, I'm
Oh my
okay.
gosh, Lisa.
Uh,
Need to get a
hard hat.
construction hat. Yeah,
Yeah,
hard hat.
no kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
So notice in today's chat, I said medical preparedness because I want to talk about the herbal things, medication things, and animal medication things, which you're like, I always turn to you for that because I have some experience, but you have different experience, um, particularly with farm animals, right?
Right. Hi, Gail.
Um, hey, Gail, good to see you. Um, So recently, I know if anybody follow my channel, they know that it's kind of been slow because I've been recovering from, the virus that need not be named kind of thing. And I went through a whole slew of things that I took. And as I'm talking, I want to make sure that I say right off the bat that we aren't doctors and we aren't giving out any medical advice, and that if you're going to start doing any medications or herbs for to treat any illnesses, you need to make sure to check with your practitioner, whether it be a medical doctor, naturopathic, or professional herbalist, whatever, um, because they're going to be your best guide for your body, your choices for yourself and your family, and things always affect people differently.
Right.
Um, so one of the things that I wanted to mention was, know what your problems are. So I thought I'd talk about, what I what my husband and I both went through with the recent, respiratory thing that we went through, and what I used that I had on hand that was really helpful. And I was so glad to have these things on hand. Um, and then kind of roll it into how things went together, what we have on, in our stock and stuff like that. So I was thankful that I had onion honey and I had fermented garlic because there were a couple of days where we felt like we were fighting infections. And it was nice to have those two things. I had done a video about, I think it was last year or maybe it was early this year. I can't remember, but I did medicinal syrups, and I had a homemade cough syrup that I used that had hyssop and mullein. I'd have to pull it out to see what else is in there, but I've got a video on that. I used that, and that early on did help the cough, but I was treating symptoms. And I'll tell you, one challenge is the fact that I work full time and my brain is constantly somewhere else.
Right.
So I didn't take time off per se to be sick. I tried to work through it. And I think that I wasn't getting enough rest, for one thing, because I was still like, we had a busy household too. So it started out kind of minor. And then, if you guys heard me, I don't know, a couple lives ago, or maybe the last live, I couldn't stop coughing. I ran into a coughing problem. I did try to take Mucinex DM. Oh my gosh. It made me very, very sick at my stomach. I mean, it we'll just leave it at that. I couldn't take it. I tried, it didn't work. I tried Mucinex Fast Max. I tried some of it was a liquid. The DM I did as a pill. The Fast Max didn't make me sick, but it wasn't helping. And then I just kind of felt like I was starting to have a sore stomach from it, because that's what happens with these medications like that. They start to make my stomach sore. So I had it on hand though. And these are the
Yep.
things we have on hand, because you try herbs as your first defense. And if you don't have the right herb, I really wished I would have had bone set. Wish my bone set tincture was done, because I've taken that for coughs before and I love it for coughs. So the Fast Max wasn't working. I was still doing the herbs. They weren't helping much, and probably because I wasn't taking them often enough. But I felt like I was taking enough honey that I was tired of the sweet stuff. So
Right.
just kind of putting that out there. It was like onion honey, garlic honey,
Troy
sweet.
said calendula oil has changed his life from arthritis to burns. It's been a
Oh, that's
miracle.
awesome. Calendula oil is so good. I use that in a pain oil that I make because it moves the lymph.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that's a good one to have. And it's good to have on hand as an oil or a salve for all kinds of things, like you're mentioning, Troy. That's awesome. Um, so I tried, what happened was my cough turned into bronchitis. And that's when I had the constant cough. And I don't know if anybody here has any feedback on like what you've done for bronchitis, but what I ended up doing was around a doxycycline. That's what the doctor put me on. And I know you can get like, antibiotics from like Jace cases. And
Right.
yeah, so I mean, I got it from the doctor, but it was a 10-day round, twice a day, real low dose. I think it was like 100 milligram or something, a real low dose. And they had me on that for 10 days. That seemed, and a steroid inhaler that cost me a fortune. It was $165. It was
Ugh.
ridiculous. Um, but I did it because the other things weren't working. I will say the one thing, herbal wise, they were, and let me correct, they were working at first, but I had one instance where I was really, really cold for like a long time. And
Right.
I couldn't, we were working on something outside and I couldn't stop working on it. So I felt like I felt it dig in when that happened,
Yeah.
and kind of wish that I hadn't done that. And then it seemed to get worse. So the herby things that I had weren't working. It had dug in deeper and turned into bronchitis, which I've
So
never treated with herbs before. And I'm sure there's some people out there that could tell you what to do. But you're working like I'm working with what we know, right? So now I know on my plan is to find out what could I have done so that I could try it sometimes. Because I will say bronchitis was a thing that I got when I was younger. It was like, the thing that I got.
let me ask you a question because Heather's got some good information in the chat, but we'll go back to that in a minute. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so you mentioned the steroid inhaler, and so
Mm-hmm.
we know that the whole reason they prescribe that is because it dilates your respiratory tract so you can actually
Mm-hmm.
breathe
Mm-hmm.
better. So is there an herb that does similar? Because we know how steroids are.
Yes, because steroids are bad. And I felt like in the beginning, I'm like, give me a steroid and an antibiotic and I'll kick this thing. Like, that's from
Right.
being on the clinical side, right? Like, that's what I know from your pharma products, steroid and
And
antibiotic use.
sometimes I think you need that.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
that's reality.
Mm-hmm. And I will say, like, there are herbs that are good antibiotics, but I didn't have time for this. I'm just being honest and transparent with all my herby stuff. I will say the one thing that I started doing that I felt like did help, oregano oil.
Hi, Nancy.
I started doing the oregano oil and I did feel like that was helping a little bit, but I had the cough that I couldn't get to stop, and that was bronchitis. So things that help lungs, mullein. There's an herb called Khella, Khella. Bone set. I feel like bone set would have helped my cough. It would have helped my cough. And I still feel like my voice is recovering from all the coughing. I feel like I'm a little bit scratchy and maybe my voice is a little deeper than usual from all that coughing too. Um, but those are some things that I know of. But if you're doing that, I didn't feel good. I was doing all that I could to work all day.
You were
And
really sick.
I didn't, yeah, like, and
You
I
were
was
really
working
sick
through it.
bad.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was tired. So I didn't have time to look into it. So while you're well, guys, prepare for this stuff. And it's on my to-do list. I had listened to, where's my notes? I had listened to a conference too about coughs and things. And they were talking about some of the things that work for a deeper cough, because you have your cough, you have different kinds of coughs. You got a wet cough, a dry cough. And then when the cough digs in and it's spasmodic, well, you kind of need an antispasmodic. You need other things, right? And
Look
I
at
had, huh?
highlight the next Heather comment just to acknowledge that before you get into it. Husband had aches, pains, and
Awesome.
chills. Had him out. Put onion slices in his socks overnight, and in 20 minutes, the fever broke and helped his breathing.
Awesome. Oh, I got to tell you about my fever moment. I did have a fever moment, and my stomach, remember, was already hurting from the medicine, from the cold medicine that I'd taken. I didn't want to take Tylenol because I knew, like, my stomach already hurts, and Tylenol makes my stomach hurt anyways. I did feverfew, and I did a cold compress. And Tina over at Life in the Piedmont actually told me about this cold compress thing. I always knew about one on your head.
Hi,
Hey, Angel,
Antilda.
back, good to see you. I did a cold compress under each underarm, and she said it works like a cold compress on your head, but it works faster. She was not kidding. The feverfew and the cold compress under both of my arms actually got my fever down. I was pretty
Wow.
impressed. Yeah, because I know feverfew is good for fevers and all that, but I mean, my fever was above 102. And
Yep.
I had never had personal experience with using feverfew when my fever was over 102 like that.
Yep.
And it worked, and it didn't hurt my stomach. And the cold compress on the underarms, I felt like those two were really
That's
good.
awesome. I
Hmm.
I am a fan of fevers. A lot of people are afraid of
Yeah.
them. I am a fan of them because when you
Yep.
have a fever, it breaks when it's ready to break,
Yeah. Yep.
and it's your body fighting infection.
Yeah. And
So
you
it
need to
serves
let
a
it,
really
let
good
it.
purpose. It's when you
Mhm.
don't have one
Yeah.
that the stuff lingers forever.
Yeah. Or when it gets too high. Because
Yeah,
you
we're
want a
a
fever,
high
you want it too high.
temperature running family.
You guys are? You run warm usually?
Yeah, my kid has been 107.
What?
Mhm.
You're kidding me, Lisa.
Yep.
Holy
Yep. No
smokes.
febrile seizures, just high,
Oh
105,
my gosh. What about you? How high have you been?
105 point something.
You're kidding me.
Yep. With
What in
strep.
the. Oh, from strep throat.
Yep.
Okay. My husband ended up with strep throat during all of this too. It was like,
Jeez.
yeah, it was the craziest thing. It was like we both got to a point where we thought we were better, and then poof, we got sick again. And
Mhm.
it like mutated. So
Hi,
I had
Deanna.
was thinking I was getting better, and then I got the fever and things just started. It was so bizarre. It was really a bizarre thing.
Or Diana. I'm sorry. Dee's Garden Adventures. Hello, hello.
So yeah, I did like that I had the onion honey. I liked that I had the fermented garlic. I loved that. I was so happy that I had the oregano oil. And I'm even like they say with oregano oil, you do it by drops and you just don't do it for too long. So you got to take breaks
Thanks, Deanna.
because oregano oil is really strong.
Um, yeah, see, I don't know, as I've gotten older, I'm a weirdo. I don't get sick often,
Me
knock
neither.
on wood.
Right? Thank goodness we got
Um,
stuff to do.
yeah, well, not only that, I try not to go anywhere.
Oh
Um,
yeah, where all the
um,
sickies are.
yeah, exactly. And the thing of it is that like I don't necessarily reach for anything
Uh huh.
like except maybe tea or something
Yeah.
like that. And I will
Yeah.
say this, I have reached for the only thing that I have reached for recently is elderberry syrup.
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't take it every day, but if I do feel something coming on, I take it and then I take
Yeah.
it through that and it does help. And it's like a deluxe one with cinnamon and all that,
Mm-hmm.
different benefits and herbs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I just don't take
Good
over the
too.
counter or that. It's just I feel like my body is telling me like you're sick. I got to run its course
It's got
and
it.
then
The
we'll get
virus
through.
has to run its course.
Yeah, the only time is like when it's like bad, like I have to go to the
Ooh, Gail
hospital.
was 105. Upper
Yep.
respiratory infection. I
Yep.
don't like to feel bad. I don't like to. So when mine went above 102 and I got it down, I was still like, I don't know, 100, but I was function. I could function.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was delirious at over 105.
Oh
So
my gosh. What'd you do?
I was younger. So it was like I remember my mom took my son and put me in a cab and sent me to my doctor
Mm-hmm.
just because, we were in New York City, so you don't go to an emergency room for anything like that.
Yeah.
So during the doctor's office hours, they brought me in and gave me a
Hmm.
shot of something
Yeah. Yes to these. And I will tell you, Heather, one of the things that I was like, man, one of the I should have done's that I felt like I should have done was a steam. And you don't necessarily have to do it in the shower. You can put it in a pot of water a couple different ways. You could put it in a hot pot of water, and then you can get a sheet and put it under a
Mhm.
chair and sit on the chair and put the sheet over you so that your whole body gets steamed.
Nice.
Or you can put it, and you got to make sure you're safe because you don't want to burn your face because you could burn
Right.
your face from the steam, but put a towel over your head and get some of the steam that way. That was something I never tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Cutting the sugar. Yeah.
Why is that?
Anti-inflammatory. It's an inflammatory.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Tamara.
Yeah, my husband's like that. He runs pretty low with his temperature. And good to see you, Tamara. Hmm. So one of the things I know, there are some things that are supposed to be good herbal antibiotics, and that's something I want to learn about and then learn through experience. Whenever you get sick too, it's also a good opportunity to learn something.
For
And
sure.
maybe you learn where you fail, which I felt like was one of the things that I did. I learned where I failed. And learning where you fail is always a good experience, right?
Yep.
Because then
That's
you know what
cool,
to
Ann.
I
That's cool.
want to put up what she said. And an onion right by me. That's
I have a
awesome.
hairdresser who does that. She takes the onions and cuts them and puts them under her little desk or whatever, her station
Hmm. Huh.
for flu and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I've heard talk about doing that kind of thing is what's her name? I gave away some of her books. Help me, guys. She's really good. What is her name? Barbara O'Neill. That's what
Oh,
it is.
nice.
She does the onion thing too.
Onions will help deodorize a room too. Smart.
Hmm. Hmm.
Smart, smart, smart.
Yeah, it is. Another thing, I mean, we were sick for like a month, and when I
Oh.
had the coughing thing, it was like 2 in the morning, and my husband's like, "Get out of this room. I think it's worse when you're in here. Get out of this room." Because our
Yeah.
dog has a dog bed in our room. So think about it, guys. We were sick for a month. Guess whose floor wasn't vacuumed? Full
Yeah.
transparency. Don't judge me. I was sick. So I did. I got
I
out of the
wasn't sick and I haven't done mine
room.
because we've got other stuff going on.
Yes, it happens. So my husband got the vacuum. It's 2 in the morning, right? My husband, I went out to the living room out there, doing my coughing thing because it was spasmodic and consistent. He went in there and vacuumed the room and got all of the dust up. And we have an air purifier, so that I hadn't been using either. And we got the air purifier running, so it definitely did. And while he was doing that, I'm like, you know what, we're doing this thing. I'm changing the sheets. Like, we're gonna have
Smart.
clean sheets too.
Yeah,
And then
we do
he
that.
finishes cleaning the room. Remember, guys, this all starts at 2 a.m. And
Yeah.
he's like, I feel disgusting. Like, he took the bed apart and vacuumed underneath the bed. He vacuumed the mattresses. Like, he went to town in there to
Smart.
try, because he's like, something's making you worse. Because it was worse when I was in our room.
Right.
And then he's like, I feel gross. He's like, I'm gonna get in the shower. I'm like, you know what? I think I will too. We got clean sheets, clean sheet night. So we got in the shower. And then when he took a shower first, and he's like, you know what? I'm hungry. I'm gonna cook us breakfast. We're now up to like 4 a.m. I've been up all
Oh,
night. He had very limited sleep because I woke him up at 2. But it did it. It made an absolute difference. And then,
sometimes you need that, and it does make a difference because we
yeah,
love to uh, do that with sickness. You know, if somebody's sick, change the
yeah,
sheets
yeah,
and
yeah.
shower all the time.
Yep. And
You
he's like,
don't
"You're
want to,
going to
but
the doctor." So then I did. I went to the
yeah,
doctor and started the doxycycline. Now, moving this forward, um, if anybody has a Jace case, they do come with information, but you need to make sure you know how to use your antibiotics, and you know what they can actually cause problems with. And I feel like
yeah,
I learned something new. So, for awareness, if anyone ever goes on doxycycline, they can trigger gallbladder attacks. And I just finished a round of 10 days over the weekend. Guess who got to have a gallbladder attack yesterday?
oh,
And I looked it up, and a gallbladder attack can put stress on your pancreas, and it can cause pancreatitis, which I had when I was younger. So I kind of know like how that gets to going. And then what I did when I was younger, my doctor just had me go on like a liquid diet for a little while. Give your pancreas a break so it doesn't start eating itself, because that's basically what happens.
jeez,
But it can trigger a gallbladder attack. So then yesterday, and I hope this is helpful to everybody, and I'm not just telling you this because I want to share my personal business. I'm sharing because I want you to know what I tried and what worked for me and what did not work.
right,
That's my
right,
whole goal. I feel like we can all learn from sharing experiences in that regard. So
right.
I always go to, for a gallbladder attack, I always go to radishes and chamomile tea. And anybody who knows me knows I've preached at you about these things. Eat your radishes, 2 to 3 radishes a day. That'll help keep your gallbladder clear. Of course, remember, see your doctor. Don't just listen to me. Your body's a different body. You need to pay attention to yourself, and you're responsible for your own choices. But those are the two things I do. The last time, but I was in pain. I got in the shower, got warm water hitting my my gallbladder area, right, your upper stomach area on the right
Right.
side in particular. I laid on my left side because that helps pull your gallbladder to help kind of open things up. I mean, I was really uncomfortable. It was probably one of the worst ones that I've ever had in my life.
Uh,
And then my husband reminded me the last time he had a gallbladder attack, he was saying he was constipated. So I gave him a magnesium, like a magnesium citrate. And he said it helped his pain. He's like, take it, see if it'll help your pain. And it's kind of a coincidence because he was feeling like, he was a little backed up at the time. I'm like, okay,
right.
well, here, take this. Maybe that'll help you. But I went to Googling it after I took it because it helped me. It took my
Wow.
pain down from, like, I think from doing the radishes, chamomile tea, shower, and laying on my side, I was probably at maybe a 6, 7. Still really uncomfortable though. It
Hmm.
took it down to like a 2. Magnesium. Google
Wow.
it, everybody. Magnesium for gallbladder pain. Who knew? I didn't realize that that was even necessarily a thing. I
Wow.
just learned something new. It just so happens that I gave it to him because I was thinking maybe you're having this problem too because you're. But anyways, I thought I would share that with people. So think about what
Good to
we
know.
know, what we use. We need radishes. So I tried to grow a lot of radishes this year. Kind of ate them as I grew them, kind of thing. And
Sure, sure.
it's something we always have in the refrigerator. And chamomile is something we always have on hand for that. And I'm going to be adding to that, making sure that I have a good stock of magnesium citrate because it really did. It was super helpful.
Good.
Um, So, wow, you want a mushroom kit, Gail? How awesome.
I love
Lisa's
mushrooms.
grown mushrooms. That's another good thing. So in one of the things that we've been taking to kind of keep us getting better, right, is echinacea and astragalus root tincture. And astragalus root tincture is also when I looked up what helps your lungs when it gets to a deep point. As a matter of fact, Gail, astragalus root, do your research, is good for asthma for people who have chronic asthma. It's one of the things I was going to send to you, Gail, because I have some. But astragalus root tincture, echinacea tincture, and the elderberry. I'm out of elderberry syrup, so I need to make some, and I'll probably make it and just put some astragalus in there. Yeah,
But the oregano oil, you had that one, and that helped. That
the
was good.
oregano oil helped. It did, and it was nice because I got tired of the sugary stuff. Like I was just tired of the sugary stuff.
So how much oregano oil did you take? I'm just curious.
Drops. I
Drop.
took about 5 to 7 drops per day, one time.
Huh.
It's very strong, and you don't want to take it for very long. Like you don't want to take it for very long. So you
Why
want
is
to take.
that?
Um, well, from the research that I did, and I'm still new to the oregano oil world, I don't know if this is something that people in the chat tend to use as a go-to. For me, it was a new go-to. But my understanding is it's very, very strong, and too much can be harmful to, like, I'm going to guess liver kidney kind of situation.
So that's the thing. Like when I see stuff online,
Mm-hmm.
people often post like, let's take oregano oil, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, this is how you make oregano oil. This
Mm-hmm.
is what's great about it. It's wonderful for all these uses.
Yeah. Let me Google it real quick too.
And oftentimes that information that is really important is left out.
Yeah.
And and I agree with Deanna, like too much of anything can be harmful, even if it's a beneficial thing.
Okay, here it is. I'm going to read it straight from Google. Taking oregano oil for an extended period can lead to several health risks due to its high concentration of active compounds, particularly thymol. Thymol can cause toxicity in large doses, leading to symptoms such as skin irritation, stomach upset, and even lethality. It may also have diuretic effects and can interact with medications, particularly those with bleeding disorders, diabetes, and those undergoing surgery.
See, and that's the thing. There's a lethality to it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
granted,
Yeah.
maybe it takes a lot to get there. I don't
You know what
know.
I say? Let me
But
tell you,
that's
like even with my feverfew adventure.
hey
Um,
Charles.
hey Charles, thanks for coming in. Um, I started out just taking a couple drops because I come from the mindset of less is better. Like whatever the least dose is that's going to be effective for you, that's the one to go with. And it doesn't matter if it's herbs or not. It doesn't mean that people need to look in that they need to be afraid of taking any herbs, but they need to start very, very low. Like, for example, there's a lot of tinctures that might say, 1 to 3 milliliters 3 times per day. Well, I would start, even if it's my own tinctures, 1 milliliter twice a day. How's that doing you? Because if it's doing you good, why do you need the third?
Well,
It's
and that's
wasteful.
that's the thing I think when folks make stuff, right? Or people are trying to
Mhm.
learn this stuff. I'm just throwing it out there, right?
Yeah.
People are trying to learn this stuff and they see
Mhm.
that a YouTuber or an Instagrammer or whoever is
Mhm.
posting this stuff.
Yeah.
And yes, just like drinking too much water can
Yeah.
be harmful because it flushes out all your electrolytes and stuff
Somebody
like that.
drowned by drinking too much water in Arizona. It was, I think the radio station was
Yes.
102.5, and they were doing it, how much water can you drink competition, and
Yeah.
somebody actually drowned from drinking too much water. Totally
But
true.
people think that just because it's natural, it's safe. You have to remember that it may not be, depending on how much you're taking. And that's
Half
the
a
thing.
shot glass of ginkgo. That's a okay. So that's a lot. A half a shot glass is kind of a lot. I mean, I don't know how many milliliters that would be. Feels like a lot. I usually do like a milliliter and then I'll go from there. And some of the things that I take every day, except for while I was sick because I quit taking them. And sometimes I'm completely irresponsible and don't take things like I should take them, just saying, being real. But hawthorn tincture, that's like a daily good one for me. And motherwort, because those two combined are like a dewy yao, which is just the Chinese term for like two herbs that work magically together. Kind of like dandelion and burdock root is another famous dewy yao. Um, but I'll do hawthorn tincture and motherwort tincture every day, milliliter of each. And I'm supposed to do that like 3 or 4 times a day. And I don't. I could be a little better about it. That's something that is hard about herbs. You gotta be on it to make them, be as effective as they can be.
And the other thing is you
Always
could
start
be
out.
allergic to it.
Uh-huh. Oh, I love this. I love this. Yep, Charles said, trying things for the first time, I rub it on my skin to see if I have a reaction. Mm-hmm.
And Anne said half an ounce. So that's like 14.7 milliliters.
Aye, aye, Anne. You might not need so much there. You should look into that. Yep, or your lips. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, very good idea.
Yep.
Uh-huh. And Heather's chiming in with on the inside of your wrist. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like Heather, I remember there's a certain plant that I think you're allergic to. Is it chamomile? I think you said you're allergic to chamomile.
Oh, yeah.
So you need to know, like, it would be good for you to know. I think they might be in the Asteraceae family. So if you're ever allergic to any plants, look and see what other plants are in the same family as that one, because those are the ones you need to be really wary of.
Right. Right.
Standard shot glasses are 30 to 44 milliliters.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Huh.
yeah. That's what I mean because it was about half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does affect my hands, but my face swells back. Yeah, you should look at really closely, consider other plants that are in that family. There's so many too, and just be careful. Free Botox and things. That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Which
Well,
reminds
don't
me,
they use
your face.
what do they use for Botox? Isn't it a poison?
Uh-huh. It is. It's the same thing that's in canned foods. The,
Botulism.
yes, they use botulism.
Hi, Tina.
I'm adding to my list make face oil because I'm out of face oil mentioning
Oh
Botox.
my gosh.
My favorite thing is avocado oil infused with horsetail, which is really high in silicone content.
Hi,
It's just
Jan.
amazing. But anyway, that's for another discussion. So I guess when we're thinking about medical preparedness, you need to make sure I personally believe, even like with herbs, it's good to have some other things too. Even if you never need them, donate them, give them away if you end up not needing them, because it's just good to have a backup plan.
I grew all that lemon balm and dried all of it and had jars and jars of it. And that's when I found out that I can't take it. So
Yeah,
I
but
donated it.
I love lemon balm. I see. Oh,
Huh.
Huh. Interesting. Whoops. Yep. Do research on the oils you use.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Oh man, I think ginkgo, is it ginkgo or is it the other G one? Ginkgo, gotu kola. No, it's gotu kola. Gotu kola is supposed to be really good infused in an oil on your skin. I'm going to try that. So, anyways, before I get too far off topic, because I
No,
will,
wait a
I'll
minute.
take you all with me.
Tina wants to know, did you mention vitamin E oil before you switch gears?
No. What do you want to say about vitamin E oil? Are we talking topically? I feel like, early in the year when I did the My Home Apothecary collaboration, it's great to do collaborations to get stocked up on everything. I was so
Right.
thankful that I had the things,
What were you
ginseng
going to
and
say?
ashwagandha. I was gonna say, hey Jan, thanks for coming, and good to see you, Tina. Thank you for coming too. So when you're talking about medical preparedness, make sure that you have the things that your family tends to experience,
Right.
and make sure that you make yourself knowledgeable about what you can treat them with medication wise, and also herb wise. And just consider you probably don't know everything, because if ever we think we know everything, well, we've just kind of closed the door on any new information coming through. So, kind of like with the magnesium, I was like, okay, give it to me. I'll try whatever. That's like magnesium citrate. I know it's not harmful, you know, and it worked. I learned something new that's now going to be in my little tool pouch for gallbladder issues.
Right. Right.
Yes, and how much you take. When I make my tinctures, I put on the little bottle what the dose is. And then I have a separate list that shows all of the tinctures, and I just do it in Excel. So I have an Excel spreadsheet that shows the tinctures, shows what it's good for, and shows the dose, and shows, do I have the side effects on there? If I don't, I need to add them. I almost want to go look. Um, but yeah, how much you take, because what if you're not there and somebody else is trying to access something without you? Yeah.
Hey, Adrian.
Yeah, Tamara, the herbs themselves, if they tinctures can last pretty darn close to forever. Hmm. And they're a heck of a lot easier than making yourself an herbal tea when you don't feel well.
Right. Right.
I mean, as far as, medicating somebody else, your herbal tea, you got this, right? Like you could do
Right.
this. But if it's you, I'm just saying, like if it's me, I just have a hard time focusing and
Right.
thinking, what do I do? That's why I like to do the bags. So I have like and I need to make more. I need to make like a high blood pressure bag, and I need to make a gallbladder attack bag, like with just a note, of what to do.
Yeah.
But know what's going to hit your family, and a respiratory thing could hit any one of us. I mean, we don't
Oh.
have to have any special, health problems to run into
Bye,
that.
Jan.
Bye, Jan. Thank you. Yeah, she's canning like a boatload of tomatoes today. Thank you, Jan. That all of your stomach things. And I think trying to keep ourselves well as we can. Sleep is medicine too, guys.
Yeah.
I didn't get enough of that. That was
I
part of
think
my
I
problem.
think prevention is the biggest thing, is, supporting yourself when you're
Mm-hmm.
healthy is the best way to
Mm-hmm.
prevent
Yeah.
the other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I've always had a pretty stellar immune system.
Mm-hmm.
I usually get sick like once a year, and it's usually
Mm-hmm.
not major.
Mm-hmm.
But, if we look back to when I went to Texas and,
Thank you,
that kind
Adrian.
of thing.
Oh my goodness. She called me slim.
You're looking slim, you are.
Well, I fasted yesterday, so there's that. So no, I guess know what you have, know what's there, know the side effects, guys. So like the doxycycline can cause gallbladder attacks.
The
And I also just
contraindications.
the contraindications. And I also just found out that thiazide medications, if anybody is on them, hey Ginger, good to
Hey,
see you.
Ginger.
Thiazide medications can cause pancreatitis. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And some of them
gallbladder
can
gallbladder
reduce
attacks
the
can cause this.
effectiveness of your birth control, can reduce the
What can?
effectiveness. And a lot of herbs.
Oh, mm-hmm. And medications too, though, right? Like I think
Yep, it can
antibiotics
reduce
is
the
one of them.
effectiveness of your medications that you take. It can reduce the effectiveness of your birth control.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Just remember, Ginger's a nurse. I should have been texting her. Yeah. So think about this: if you happen to be on doxycycline for bronchitis and you're on thiazide medication, and pancreatitis can be caused by thiaz.
Oh,
It can
hang
be
on,
caused by
Tammy.
thiazide medication. Am I freezing?
You might want to start over because you cut in and out.
Okay.
You're better now,
So
so start over.
yep. Okay. So know that medications and herbs can cause a cascade. So be aware of what's hitting your body. So for example, if you have gallbladder attacks, that can hit your pancreas too. You can have like pancreatitis even if it's very minor. So doxycycline can cause gallbladder attacks. And then also thiazide medications can cause pancreatitis. So those two together can hit your pancreas kind of hard. Yeah, Tamara's saying many
Yep.
antibiotics decrease birth control effectiveness. So anyhow, that's what happened to me. So yeah, I'm on a little bit of a liquid diet today. Am I freezing again?
Oh, we lost. You still there?
I'm here.
There you are.
I could tell I'm freezing because you freeze on my. Oh no, I'm doing it again.
Oh, you're all freezy garbly.
Oh
Oh,
no, I don't know what's happening. Let me
she'll be
see.
back.
Maybe I'll quit sharing a banner.
Oh,
How
bear with us. Technical difficulties.
do I take a banner away?
You're there now.
Okay, good. I'm trying to figure out how to take the banner. Okay, wait. Hide. Maybe if I get rid of the banner, it'll work good. Oh, they're saying no, I'm not. You're
They said
freezing, Lisa.
the.
Am I freezing?
I usually don't have the freezing issue, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
Because I have really fast internet.
huh. I'm supposed
Maybe
to.
it went out. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess
Yeah,
we're
I've got the
good now,
cable
though.
stuff.
Yeah. So check.
Yeah.
I guess I would say we're coming up on. This is the time where people get sick. So make sure that you've got your medications in order. You don't want to be sick and then have to go get something. And if you need an herbal
No.
thing, make sure that you get it. And I would just say share like what I took are the things that helped. That deep-seated cough too. Mullein tea was supposed to be the most helpful, but it was not helping me. I needed bone set and I didn't have it. Astragalus is also supposed to be good for a deep-seated cough. Thank you,
Yep.
Adrian. Appreciate you.
Thanks for the info. Yeah, I don't know what was going on because I'm looking. My internet is full.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Yeah,
But you know how that goes.
yeah, yeah. So for me, gosh, I feel like what we talked about mostly today was respiratory and stomach stuff.
I know, but it covered it all. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah,
We
does
still got
anybody have
about
any
6 minutes, but
questions? Another thing, just remember how good your fermented foods are for your gut health.
kombucha,
Yeah, kombucha and your my daughter
sauerkraut.
always says, "Why do you say it that way?" Because I say kombucha
That's
because I lived in Arizona and I speak Spanish too, guys. That's why.
right. That's right. Kombucha.
Yeah. Mm. And your sauerkraut, right?
Yeah. I just made wild Maine blueberry kombucha.
Oh my gosh, that
I
sounds
can ferment
amazing.
because what do you call it? A friend gave me a bag of frozen ones, so I defrosted them last night and put them in to start um my second ferment on it.
Mhm. Oh, that sounds amazing. Lemon
Lemons cut
syrup.
up are great fermented.
I
Ooh,
haven't
and how do
tried
you
that.
do that? Do you just ferment them in a
I don't know. You
jar
think got
with
my
the salt
mouth
brine?
watering.
Yeah,
That sounds amazing. I love lemons.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Keep our gut health in order, and be careful when you're out in places that will, have a lot of human beings in close quarters.
I avoid those.
Mm-hmm.
I quarter them. Oh, very cool. And then they go in the salt brine and all that. Cool.
Mm-hmm. I
Nice.
love that idea.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Are they still good when you put them in like an iced tea, or does like the salt mess it all up? I'm curious because sometimes lemons don't stay good as long as you want them to.
Yeah.
By the way, Lisa, I made the carrot pie.
The carrot pie?
Remember, I was telling you you can use your carrots to make a carrot pie.
Yes.
Video's coming out next week on the 11th. I got it done.
Awesome.
I'll have it up today for you guys. So good.
That's
Just so good.
awesome.
Yeah, what a fun way to use canned carrots.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Carrot pie with a
Mm.
cinnamon pecan like topping on it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. It
It
does mess
messes
up
up.
the tea flavor. Okay,
Yeah,
good to know.
that's what I
That's all right
figured.
though. Love lemons. I love them like squeezed on top of chicken and fish. Oh my gosh, ladybugs are here too, Ginger. I
We used to
thought,
get them bad in Connecticut.
yes, I thought, yay, no ladybugs. And they arrived yesterday.
Look up Asian
That's
beetles
what they are. They're
because
those
that's what they
Asian
are.
beetles.
And
Mm-hmm.
there's things you can do, but they are bad. We had a
Yeah.
house in Connecticut that had them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would have stink bugs in North Carolina,
Mm.
like
I think
just as bad infestation.
I think I'd take the ladybugs. They're smaller.
No kidding. The only thing I will say is with the stink bugs, I was at least able to put a trap out and reduce them a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yep.
Thousands here all week. Ah, gosh. So
Oh,
this week, what I want everybody to think about doing is take a peek at your medical preps that you have put aside, whether it is, your antibiotic stash or your cold medicine, your herbs for that. And it might not be a bad idea. Like everywhere we go, there's people coughing all over the place. It might not be a bad idea to start doing some of your elderberry syrup or your echinacea astragalus root tincture, whatever you have. Just remember, if you do the oregano oil, you're doing drops and you'd only want to do it for like 2 weeks and then you want to take a break from it.
right.
Don't do it the whole time. It would be too hard on you. Oh no. I'll bet that was horrible.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah. And then
Disgusting.
take care of your gut health. Make sure you've got, sauerkraut to take a couple bites of every day or the kombucha to drink, whatever you have, because
Right.
your immune system starts in your gut.
That's right.
Hmm.
That's right.
And yep, yep. I'm
Yep.
gonna
Heather was talking about that earlier.
even though it's Thanksgiving and it's pie making time. Not to mention cookie and candies coming up soon in another collaboration. Um, Yeah, but cut out the regulars. Like I feel like if you're going to have a piece of pie, well, at least you didn't drink it. Like, what fun is that? Like,
Yeah.
look at how much sugar there is in soda. You go and you drink your sugar. I would rather eat mine in a piece of pie, just saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
For sure.
Yeah, and we've been really trying to cut our sugar over here. So that pie was like a first yummy in a long time. There will be more coming. but it was the first in a long time. And I feel like I can as long as I don't eat the other garbage or drink the other garbage. Sugar is an addiction.
That's right.
It is.
That's why I never participate in like the candy stuff because
Mhm.
I don't make that stuff normally.
Mhm.
Y-
Yeah.
You know, don't get me
Somebody else is
wrong.
doing it this year.
No, no, I know that.
Angela, of the
Yep,
inquisitive
yep.
farm wife, is going to do a
I've kind of backed
cookie.
off all collabs, so
Mhm.
not the soap one, so I apologize for that.
Mhm. Oh, no, you're good. Plus, we extended it through November, so
That's right.
there's
That's
still
right.
opportunity for anybody that wants to make soap. I almost wish that we would do it like maybe next year we could think about doing it after the new year. Like when we're in full blown wintertime, or maybe even December.
Like a yeah, January or February would be better
Yeah, like a
than
January or February. But the only thing that makes me think what's nice is I do like making a bunch of soaps before the holidays because they're nice for gifts.
I
Oh,
think.
we got just a couple minutes, guys, and then I got a hard stop because I got a meeting.
Well, just real quick, for me, what ended up happening was we don't usually have a nice long fall. We go from
Uh-huh.
fall to winter
Oh
before
yeah.
it's winter,
Yeah.
and we haven't done that yet. And
Mm,
so we've
mhm.
been outside trying to get a
Take
ton of things
advantage.
done, and I realized I don't have enough lard to make soap, so I have to
Oh,
render
got
lard
you. Got
to
you.
make the soap. So that's why I don't have a video because
Oh, you
I
said
haven't had a
something
chance
about the
to
lard, and
render.
I didn't put two and two together on that.
Yeah, because what ended up happening was we needed more lard rendered, and we ended
Yeah.
up using my soap reserve for
Uh-huh.
cooking.
Oh, got you.
So I have to make more lard, so I'm gonna do
Yeah,
that, but I'll get it up at some point.
that's cool. All right, guys, we gotta go. I hope
Have a
everybody
great day,
has a good,
everybody.
productive week. I hope we motivated you to do some stuff. That's what this hour is all about, that we spend every Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we will be on Lisa's channel, Yogi Hollow Farm. So make sure you catch us over there. And if you have anything you would like us to chat about, let us know. We always appreciate hearing what y'all want to hear. All right.
Absolutely.
See you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.